Happy Mastering Money Monday. It's Helen Crawley-Austin again, here to give you your financial tips for the week. Now, we've been talking about credit reports and goals, and we're going to switch topics to savings. But if you're just joining me for the first time, I want you to go back and listen to some other ones because you got to set a goal. You want to get your credit report in place and your score up high as you can get it. And then thirdly, we're going to talk about savings. Now, I'm going to go back and do some of those other older videos because, especially the one with the kids, it was so enlightening. And so I want you to really consider what you're learning, making sure you're teaching your kids. Most of the kids don't know about a credit report, and I want them to understand the rules of the race before they start running. And so by you helping them understand how they're going to be measured before the gun goes off and they start running, I want them to understand, how they're going to be evaluated, especially by lenders and credit institutions. So with that, let's talk about savings. Now, I'd like to talk about this right around March, April timeframe, because that's when most people are getting their income tax return. And people always ask me, Helen, what should I do with it? I want to go on vacation. I need a new car. I need to pay some debts off. I want to improve my credit score. Da 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 da. They have a big long list of things that they want to do. And so I tell people, save while you're paying off your debt. Kind of do both. Because if you just focus the money on fixing things, you'll never save, and you'll always have to keep using the credit card, that is. So I want you to take a look at your bills. Some bills you're going to pay over time, but I need you to take a portion of what you get back in your tax return and save it. Earmark it for savings. Now, why do we need to save, and why is it important? First of all, 42% of Americans either have no savings account at all or zero. You hear me? Zero in their savings account. Not good. So you want to make sure you are saving, because you never know if, for example, United Airlines, they just announced yesterday that they're going to ask their employees to take unpaid leave off. What happens if you have no savings? It's impossible to do that. In some cases, the airlines are going to force people to do it, regardless if they want to or not. It won't be voluntary. So you've got to be ready and positioned, especially in this economy. You never know what's going to happen. So I want you to figure out how much you need to save. Let's talk a little bit about that. So you need to set a goal. You need to at least try to figure out, how do I save enough to pay 1 month of expenses if something happens and I got to cover. You really want to get to 3 to 6 months of a nest egg, so that if something happens, you lose your job or whatever. But right now, I want you to start with 1 month. What can you do to get your savings account to cover 1 month of your expenses? And how quick can you do that? So you can use your income tax return. I say take $50 to $100 a month every single month and save it. Pay yourself. Put it in your automated bill pay and put your name in it. My name is Helen Crawley-Austin. I'm paying Helen Crawley-Austin just like I'm paying AT&T or Sprint or whoever I'm using for my cell phone. Treat yourself as a bill. You won't even miss it. Especially if it's $50 to $100, you won't even miss it. We spend that so quickly at Walgreens, Walmart. So make sure you're doing that. Over time, it adds up. If you can do a couple $100s a month, do that. Some people can do $500 a month. However much you can afford, after you do your budget, figure out a way to save it. Okay? And savings is important because this is how you get out of the rat race. It is about how much you can save so that you can invest it. You don't want to save it and just put it in a bank account that's getting 0.00% interest. You want to put it somewhere where it can grow. And the only way that you can put it somewhere to grow is if you have it. So I'm going to start a real estate investment group. We're putting together the team. Everybody's totally excited. We have people who are interested in jumping in. You can only jump in if you have money saved. If you have no money saved, you can't jump in. And some investment groups require $5, $10, $20, even $50,000 in order to get in. And so you want to make sure that you're positioned to play, because if you don't, you will be in the rat race, working, paying bills, working, paying bills. I want you to work, pay bills, and have this influx of other income. It's called passive income coming in. that you can build upon. And so you can use your you can use savings to build that up. You can use another home-based business to generate more income so that you're building your savings. But ultimately, you want some passive income coming in, working for you, money that you are making while you are sleeping. And so in our case, we have real estate, and I started buying real estate at around 29 years old. And I bought it in Steubenville. I'm from Steubenville, Ohio. Those of you who are in listening to me from Steubenville, hi. But I started buying property when everybody else was buying cars and clothes, and I was buying property. Now, let me tell you, they're not expensive properties. So Steubenville don't have a whole lot of expensive properties. And, I was looking for cash flow. So they haven't appreciated a lot, but guess what? The mortgages have been paid down. I'm going to use that as retirement, but it is a flow of income for me. And people are paying the rent while I'm asleep. And so basically you can make money while you sleep when you invest in things like real estate or the stock market. There's lots of things you can play in, but only if you have some money. So you got to save it. You cannot spend everything you make. I say all the time, for those of you who've been in all my classes, you've heard this. I'm going to say it again. You can probably say it with me. It's not how much money you make. It's how much money you spend. That counts. Okay? So I want you to automate your savings. Automate it so that you don't have to think about it, because you will forget, or you have to spend it on something else and something else. But take part of your income tax return, make sure you're saving it, make sure you're saving a portion of your salary every month, because I want you to be able to participate. I want you to play in this game, and I want you to play big, because I'm about to play big, y'all, and I want you to be involved and included. We're going to bring some business owners that have passive income so that you can see if maybe some of these might be for you. But the goal is roll up your sleeves, take a year and just knock it out the park. But we're going to introduce you to some people who could potentially help you could partner up with. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And until next week, the tip for the week is savings. Feel free to ask me your questions underneath the video. Bye. Have a great week.